Hello guys, and welcome back. So I apologize because I know it's been a while since my last upload, but we are back. Now, so today I'm gonna kind of be demonstrating a sense of applying and using alcohol markers, and I also wanted to show off the Hua markers and their kind of ranges of color. And for that, I don't think you guys can see it because it's very light. I have a sketch of Todorkoki from My Hero Academia, and I decided I would color this and it would be lots of fun. And so for the first thing that we're going to do real quick is I'm just going to look at swatches. So from my last video I had got the Honolulu Hua markers and they came with swatches. I didn't do them in the last video, but I went ahead and did them now because the paper I'm using is very white, so I feel like it's very accurate to use these colors. Now, if you know Todorkoki, you know he has partly red hair, and so, but he also has highlights in his hair, and so for his highlights I'm going to be using light prawn. It's this one right here, R120, and so I'm just going to go ahead and get that out right now. Go. And also, I do have this color. It's wanna say it's just numbers. I'm pretty sure the original are just numbers, and it's just from the regular Hua set, and it's just a red. It's I think number 15, and so I'm gonna use that for the other parts of the hair. And of course, there's shadows in the hair. So this color is 1. It's kind of like this burgundy red color, and so I'm going to be using that for the shadows of the hair. There's also blue in his outfit. I haven't fully decided what colors I'm going to use because there's a bunch of different blues. I might end up doing light blue and lavender mist because I think those colors are really nice. So let me see if I can quickly find them. This is lavender mist, and then light blue is probably one of these. So I found it. So I'm probably going to be using light blue for the regular color, and this is just going to be kind of the shading. Now I'm going to go ahead and maybe take a second off. I don't know. Actually, for his kind of scarring on his eye, I'm going to be using Lipstick Natural because in the swatch it's this color, and I feel like this is the perfect color for that area. And I haven't fully decided what I'm going to do for his white hair. I'm thinking the best choice of action would be to use pale grayish blue because it kind of has blue-gray undertones, so I think that might be best. Or I might just use Cool Gray 05 because I really like that one as well. I don't know, I have to decide. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch a bunch of different colors of skin tones to find a skin color that's pale and matches his nicely. I'll be right back. Hey guys, okay, so I am back, and I went through and I decided what color I'm using for the skin tone, and I'm going to be using YR14. This is an Artist Loft marker. Todorkoki's skin is like very pale, and so I feel like this is going to be the best. And for his shading, I'm going to be using Ash Rose, the Hua marker, so that is going to be a lot of fun. I also decided what I'm going to make his color. I'm going to be using number 70 from the Huas, and also color 69 from the Huas. And kind of have everything kind of sorted out. And so I think I'm going to kind of just start, you know? And I feel like the best thing I'm going to start with is probably just going to be dot, and I'm probably going to work my way up. But I feel like this is going to be the easiest part to do, and so I'm going to go ahead and just start doing this and hope it turns out nicely. So, my recommend for when you are working with alcohol markers is to always outline what you're doing first, because it helps a lot, especially if you are not a person who likes doing like black line art or something like that. It just help you know, just simply just define the lines of what you're doing. So it's super useful and handy. So. Okay, so I finished the basic outline, I believe. Let's see if that's good. It is. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start filling this in. what I recommend is trying to just don't try to like just do one giant area. I feel like it looks way more splotchy and streaky that way. I also recommend that you use circular motions when you're doing this. You kind of avoid the streaks. And just stay in one area, because if you don't, one part will dry faster than the other, and then you're going to create more streaks, which is not fun at all. So just take your time and be slow with it. And of course, if it does end up looking streaky, you can always just go over it and try to kind of get rid of the streakiness if you like. So yeah, so just slowly go with it, and you can always fix everything eventually. Now, because what I am drawing is this anime style, and the shading works very differently. Usually, you probably like cut this color and then put the color on top, but I'm doing quite simply just put the color down instead of color 69, which is going to be the darkening of the clues. I'm going to lay it down and also retrace your line if you like, make it more nicer. If you are someone who does like to blend and you feel like your colors are kind of like they're close, but they're kind of apart, just a layer on the area, just kind of that's what's really nice about alcohol markers, is that they layer very nicely, which allows you to kind of create different hues of the color you have. So, for example, if I was satisfied with like how this transition, if I wanted the transition nicer, I could just go in here, and they're both pretty still wet, so it's very nice to do this. I could just go over this area and just try to make it blend much more nicer. I feel like Banana has this nice smooth transition, which is very just satisfying and nice to look at. And you know, some people do like that, some people like kind of the big different shades and hues, so it all matters what you like and what you don't like. I'm gonna go ahead and quickly just cover this mess area because it's taking me a little time, so I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so I completely finished doing that. I realized you guys could not really see, so hopefully this angle is better for you guys. I apologize. I'm just gonna get started on the neck now, and of course this marker is different because unlike the other markers I'm using, those are both just fine nib and this is a brush nib. Brush nibs are very important because it kind of applies pressure. Again, it's like a brush, and so it's very important to know what exactly you're doing. And so you're going to be very careful, especially because brush nibs tend to have more alcohol in them, so they blend more due to the fact that again they're brush nibs, so it allows them to kind of just work more freely. With brush nibs, I recommend you do actually be fast because again they're very different, they react differently, and so I feel like being more faster just helps. It's I don't know, it's that excited, but it just makes it look nicer, cleaner, and such. So this I reference actually weird because it makes his neck look really big, which in reality like it's not that big compared to the entire picture, but it just looks very zoomed in. So I'm just gonna start. I'm just gonna focus on like leaving the outline. So I'm gonna go over his hair. I'm gonna try to go to the ear area. Again, it's very important to try to go ahead and first work on areas that have more that you want to be darker, because once you're gonna go over this area, and it's going to look darker simply for the fact that you went over it previously. And so yeah, in this area I want to be darker. I also want this line, these shadows, kind of in a sense, to be darker, so they just look nice. I know where to fit my line art. Yes. So if you feel like when you're doing this feels muddy, that tends to be the case a lot of times. It'll have this kind of darkened look. I don't know if you can see online. It eventually does fade away. Or you feel like the color may be too bright or dark. That typically is how they look when you first lay them down. It just how eventually the color will fade. I mean, of course, it doesn't matter what type of marker you're using. These markers are one that definitely do fade quite a bit after some time. Like in 30 minutes, an hour. So yeah, they will eventually fade. And so don't worry if you think maybe it's looking too dark. Don't worry about the type of stuff. It's going to be okay. Just continue working. Trust the process. Okay, so that's how his neck is looking right now. Go ahead, look back at my reference. I know exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so as I thought. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take my Ashra's color. Very nice. And there is a shadow like right here, and there's a shadow right here. So I'm gonna make sure to go ahead and do that shadow. So, of course, it's really important to kind of layer so you know exactly where your shadows are going as well. I'm gonna use kind of like cross hatching technique for this neck right here, because on the original picture there will be a cross hatching, but this is not cross hatch, so we just remember. Boom. Okay, this only goes some part of the way, like that, and like that, and this entire area is darkened again, or start to outline in make establish where the darker areas are, so you know how to properly just use your marker, make sure it looks nice. Yeah, I recommend you try to work as fast as possible because you really don't know exactly if the layer is kind of even or not until a while later, so it's gonna be a pain to keep on going back and back, see if it looks okay, looks fine to you, you know. So let's try to get that done the first half. After you're doing that, of course the haven style is not necessary, but you could try to go and blend these two to look more nicer and balanced if you so wish to. It doesn't really necessarily matter, but it can help improve it. Also, if there's kind of spaces where you did it, it helps make it look more even in your place. Of course, do whatever you want. What makes you happy, what makes you satisfied. Okay, I feel like that looks absolutely amazing so far, and I'm so excited. I hope you guys are too. I feel like a lot of people always worry when they can't draw something in a certain style, or they like want to draw their anime character, but they do it and they don't like it. And I feel like a lot of that is because of the simple reason that a lot of people don't use references because they think like, oh, I can use a reference, it's just whatever. And I was like, no, you can use a reference, you can even trace it. Like, it's completely fine to do that. You still definitely draw it. But it's like you shouldn't really. Sorry guys, my camera unfortunately cut out. That was unfortunate. So I'm just gonna continue drawing. But all I was really saying was that you shouldn't worry about trying to have your art look like someone else's, and you shouldn't feel ashamed if you have to use a reference, or if you just simply want to trace something like an anime character, just so you can draw them yourself. That's completely fine, and there's nothing wrong with it. And yeah, it's completely fine. You're not obligated to draw in someone else's style. Just draw in your own style, and it's perfectly fine. And yeah, it's kind of the channel I wanted to say. So I've actually gone pretty far. I've started doing this again, and it's looking pretty nice, except for when I fix my camera because I realized it's shut off, so it might look a little splotchy over here, which I'm kind of worried about. It's okay though, it does. I'll get over it. I'm just happy it looks this good so far, so I'm doing quite well. Trying to work kind of fast. Kind of also a little worried because this is again very big. I recommend you try not to do something too big visually, of course, because I can dry out your marker quite quickly. And so just try to be very careful, and don't apply too much pressure to your marker either. It's not very nice. Especially if you just get it, if I do too much pressure, the ink might just die on you immediately because you just applied way too much pressure for it to work properly. So, manage your marker. That's a 15. Let me look back at my reference real quick, so I know what I'm doing. So, dum dum dum. Okay. Okay, so I just want to quickly trace that kind of shape out quickly, very nicely. So I'm going to go in with a lipstick natural, and I'm going to go ahead and start drawing out the scars. So it kind of goes to here, so I'm just going to like boom, 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 boom. See, it just goes up. Also, it's good to know what pressure you're using, because using certain amounts of pressure will make the brush thicker, thinner. So be aware of what you're doing with your brush, the pressure you apply. It will just make it look so much more nicer if you just very aware of what you're doing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I completely finished. I'm done. And so there's just some key things I want to go over with you guys. One, don't worry if it doesn't look perfect like you want to when you're doing art. Layering with alcohol markers is key. If you want to create colors, just trust the process the entire time when you're doing this stuff. Alcohol markers colors do eventually fade, so they might not be as dark later on when you first apply them. So if you think color looks too dark, just wait it out and see how it ends up turning. Make sure to blend with your colors and avoid all swatchy blockiness, okay? Do your best and work very hardest. And if it doesn't look how you want, it's totally fine. If it doesn't look like someone else's, it's totally fine. Just keep working on it and trying to make it your very best. And that's pretty much all I have to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed coloring this Todorkoki with me. And have a good day. Love you guys all. Bye. Like and subscribe if you want. Have a good day.